Hey guys, this is Namcraft. What's going on? Welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. We're back with another game between two very epic players, but this time is slightly different, guys, because we're going to be having Flash, aka Flash Cell Champion, versus Soul Calibur, aka Soulkey. But this time around, they're going to be playing TvT. That's right. TvT is the name of the game here, guys, and we've never seen this kind of experiment being carried out on the channel of Namcraft. So welcome to the channel, and let's see how these guys are gonna be playing out. All right, looks like we're gonna be having Soulkey spawning in the what is it, 3 o'clock position as a Terran position, of course. And Flash is going to be spawning at the bottom side at the 7 o'clock position as Terran as well. The map is dominated, and look at what is happening right now. Soulkey, being an off-race player, will be going for a 14 CC. This is a 3-player map, so things are going to be looking very interesting. Dominator, I will just quickly show you what the map stats looks like. You already see what the map thumbnail is like. This is the map stat, but of course it has no relevance because we're not watching any kind of you know, cross map, what is it, cross race stats. These are kind of the how should I say it, the classical map stats. But as for the current season of SSL map stats here, no, that's not what it is. This is TVP, of course. But maybe just quickly show you a ZVT. This is ZVT. There we go. So as you can see, if Soulkey were playing as Zerg, then he would enjoy on Dominator only a 43.8% win rate against Terran Flash. But he's going to be playing as Terran. So let's see how he's going to be performing here. It's you know, it's going to be a tough choice, because if you look at the ELO stats for today, let me just quickly grab that to you. Flash has maintained his current #1 position in the ELO world. There he is. Flash #1, Light #2, 1438. That's a huge difference between Flash and next player, Light. So we shall see how these players could be performing here. But luckily for Soulkey's, Flash has not yet scouted him. Very late scout coming from Flash. So yeah, Flash is going to take his expansion. As you can see, he's getting ready to take expansion. He will be coming up with a vulture, of course. But he's going to be just way behind. And looks like Soulkey is going to be walling himself with a bunker. Now, Soulkey is one of those players who is known to off-race as Terran a lot. He doesn't actually off-race as Protoss as often, so that's something to note. So I guess he's got some experience playing against, you know, a TvT against, you know, the likes of Flash. But anyhow, Flash high rankings should be something that we need to think about here. But this is gonna be a floated, not just a proxy starport, but completely discovered by the SCV. We already have the vulture here. The vulture's job is gonna try to snipe this SCV as much as possible. Looks like Flash is not gonna come out. Excuse me, Soulkey's not gonna come out. He's gonna just stay at home with a bunker with 3 Marine and a 4th Marine outside. Looks like this vulture has got 1 kill. SCV is downed. Flash is gonna be prepared here. He's gonna be going for his 2nd factory in base, and also going up for armory, which means he might be going for Goliath. So he's gotta be going for Goliath. That's gonna be the way to play here, because there might be raid coming out. But of course, if there's a single raid, it will not be able to do that much damage against a 2-base head start economy by Soulkey. Looks like Flash is gonna float his barracks over. He's gonna have complete vision of the situation inside of Soulkey's base, and Flash, keep in mind that he's still on 1 factory. He's not yet built his 2nd factory. He's got a starport. That's gonna be able to help him to do something. He's gonna be going for a dropship. He's gonna be going for vulture drop. As Soulkey's got a bunker in front with 4 Marine, but he need to unload that right now. Flash gonna be coming up with a Goliath and a tank. Looks like the dropship is about 70%, and the 3rd vulture is here. There's 2 vultures waiting. The 4th vulture is ready to join the fray, and then we're gonna be having a factory, a tank coming out from Flash. The 3 vultures is getting ready. We have a Marine in waiting already. The tank is out. As well as the units inside it. Let me just quickly show you. There's gonna be a Goliath and a 2nd tank. The dropship has come in now with 4 vulture. Let's see how much damage Flash can do. He lands it just outside of the vision of Soulkey. So he's got only 1 tank. He will stake out 1 SCV. Nice double shotting the SCV. He's gonna be going for yet another SCV, but he completed the factory, the armory. So the armory is done. Looks like all these vultures will get wiped out, but the dropship is getting very, trying to pick up those vultures. One of the vultures is very, very damaged, but he picked up both of the vultures and go home. So flash execution isn't so bad. He was able to do some damage. He would try to land here. We have the Goliath trying to snipe. The dropship need to drop the cargo right now. Goliaths don't have range. They will go out to the expansion and they will escape unscathed. That was a little bit unfortunate, I think, for Soulkey not able to catch it because his Goliath range, I don't think he's even started. Yeah, he just built Goliath, but he did not go for range upgrade. So this dropship will return home as well as the starport. The game will resume with 6 minutes and 40 seconds of game. Flash is 52 supply and Soulkey's got 51. The dropship is pretty much close to death with only 1950 HP, but it will survive for the timing. It's going to be the moment, I think, for Soulkey to push. He has survived the initial onslaught. He's got his double factory, 2 more coming down. As for Flash, he's also building his double factory. So I guess the initial economic advantage by Soulkey did not able to get him that much advantage ahead. Now the question is this, guys, because Soulkey, knowing that he's the worst player in, Terran matchup, right? He's decided to opt for quick expansion because you know what? When you're disadvantaged, might as well for quick expansion, right? I mean, playing the middle path, going for very, very standard expansion timing will not work. So there are 2 ways to play when you are clearly the disadvantaged player. One is just to try to surprise your enemy with a huge frontal attack. Going for something like a proxy factory or something that might work. The other one is to try to take an early economic lead. And this is what Soulkey has opted for. And it's good for us, the viewers, because we are graced with this nice, amazing long game so far. 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes now. Looks like this dropship is almost arriving in the scene and Soulkey is not in any position to stop it. His production, he's got a couple of vultures already, which is nice. Flash is eyeing the situation, but he's got to be fighting against this attack on the front. He's going to drop right here. Let's see how fast it's going to be Soulkey's reaction. Soulkey's going to try to get on the high ground. He's got submarine. There's going to be some splash damage. These vultures are not being dropped at the last minute. They are dropped. That was a late reaction, I think, from Flash. But on the frontal side, looks like these tanks get cleared out, but more reinforcement from the back. He would try to lay some mine. He doesn't really need to lay the mine. Just attack the tank head on and that will be just fine. Another tank coming from the back. He need to clear this tank right now. The tank will get destroyed. We have another tank coming from the back and that tank has exploded. Vulture is going to try to snipe it. What is happening at this side here? It looks like this dropship got cleared out and the Soulkey is going to get repelled here. Flash 65 supply, Soulkey 65. So very even exchanges between these 2 players. Even though Soulkey is off racing, his frontal attack was able to do great damage against Flash. Of course, these guys are not really playing that, I don't know, that efficiently, right? Especially Soulkey because he's off racing. But we're going to be having a quick expansion. A 3rd base now coming out from Flash. Flash is slightly ahead here with 73 supply, versus 68 for Soulkey. In terms of upgrades, what are we seeing precisely? Looks like Soulkey took a scan there of this area. In terms of upgrade, let me just quickly show you. So as for Soulkey, he is he's got 0 upgrades, but he's not yet upgrading anything, to be honest. But Flash, he's got 0, but he's going for +1 weapons. So that is going to come up momentarily here. Some nice attacks from Flash to defend this base. You need to snipe the SCV. Looks like at the last minute, Soulkey lost a lot of vultures in that exchange. I'm not so sure exactly for what purpose, but Soulkey's going to be coming down as well with his own command center. By the way, if you've not seen that other game that I casted between Soulkey and Flash, there were 2 games on it that were very, very, very nice. So if you've not seen those, please go ahead and check them out. They are, somewhere on the internet. Just find them, I guess. And you're going to be watching Flash versus the real Soulkey, the real Soul Calibur, the Zerg version of him, so that's nice. But anyways, this game will go on for a while. Looks like who's the one who scanned it was Flash, excuse me, it was Soulkey who scanned Flash's base, and now maybe Flash is scanning, I'm not so sure exactly. But Soulkey is trying to contain Flash. If you look at the presence of vultures around the map, Soulkey has got a slight map control, but Flash is going for tech. He's got the faster upgrade. Excuse me, it's Soulkey who goes for attack. Soulkey's going to be going for cloaking field. Both of these players are Terran, so I get confused a little bit, guys. But some small engagement happening here. This command center is finally saturated. Soulkey, for the time being, is focused on making a lot of vultures and trying to contain his enemy. As for Flash, he's got his Wraith out. Soulkey is also building some Wraith. He's got double starport, which should provide him with a lot of Wraith opportunity. Now, keep in mind, the way that these 2 players are spawning, it's very easy for Soulkey to drop Flash's main. because Flash's back door is wide open. But before that, let's witness this drop. This drop's gonna come here. 4 vulture, but very lucky for Soulkey. There's nothing. There's nothing. This is why Flash is dropping. I guess he dropped the entire cargo. I was gonna say it's gonna be better for him to drop only a single vulture to drive the SCVs back and then go for the expansion. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he would just try to go now, but it's gonna be way too late. He revealed his hand too early already. Dropship from Soulkey snipe. The dropship, excuse me, raid from Soulkey snipe. The dropship from Flash, and Flash lost a lot of stuff in that exchange, but he was slightly ahead anyhow. 111 versus 105, so he wouldn't mind. Yeah, so we're gonna be having 3 base Terran versus 3 base Terran, but Soulkey is not yet saturated. His new base is not yet sent his SCVs over. Now he does send a little bit, which is gonna be good here. But Flash is trying to come out. He would try to gain this high ground because he want to split the map 70, so what is it, 77, 33 or whatever is the exchange. 65, 63, 66 versus 34, right? When there are 3 players on a map, you want to take 2 of the sides. But that's going to be a little bit tricky, and we shall see how these players will actually eventually split up the territory. Because if you look at the map photo, let me just quickly show you. This is what the map looks like, right? So Flash is going to contain, I guess, these positions right here, these ones. Possibly Soulkey would take that one, so it's not exactly 66 to 34. But anyway, it's going to be having a huge exchange here, and these cloak rates are doing some decent damage. But at the last minute, Soulkey gets pushed back, and once again, he's behind by about 20 supply. So as you can see, Flash's main race is beating Soulkey's off race. Of course, this is all just for fun, for these guys to have some real fun, because in a real tournament, Soulkey would possibly not give up the fight this easily as his main race. For now, he tried to get a position just right out here so that Flash could not expand to this base. This base is going to be impossible for Flash to take any time in this game. And moreover, Soulkey should not allow his enemy to take this, because the moment Flash gained this high ground, he will start to assault against this 4 o'clock position, this position, and so forth. So Soulkey want to contain that, but Flash is going to try to push in. He do a sneaky attack that is undetected by Soulkey. This middle area is the only area where Soulkey's got no presence, and he's gonna try to come around and go towards this 4 o'clock position. Looks like at the last minute we're gonna be having a nice exchange here. Who's got a better position? Looks like forward tank a little bit too forward from Soulkey got wiped out, but Flash is not able to penetrate the 4 o'clock position, so Soulkey's gonna be able to contain him here. Looks like these 3 tanks on the low ground by Flash getting eaten up by volley shot from Soulkey. Very, very nice attacks. Keep in mind that Flash is the one who's got the +1 upgrades. If you look at the upgrade situation, Flash is going to be going to +2 weapons and +1 armor, and as Soulkey is only about to finish +1 weapon now, so slightly behind in upgrade. In terms of economy, Flash is coming up to the 4th base as well, so Flash once again is still very much ahead, but Soulkey is coming back with some tech choices here. He's killing these tanks in the middle map. What is Flash's respawn? He started to come out. He want to penetrate this area because he's going to connect his Goliath to save his other forces, but Soulkey clears the floor with his fleet of 9 raids, which is good. But Flash finally penetrated this high ground with a lot of cost, a lot of casualties, a lot of blood, or mechanical units were destroyed and broken during the process here. The raids start to come out. There's a single Goliath, and Soulkey need to pay attention to snipe that Goliath. He can try to do it with his 9 raid. He backs down. He's gonna try to contain here. He need to go for the attack right now. The raids does some good shot. This tank on the backside is still doing great shot. That tank has been alive for so long. He would die or what looks like at the last minute. That tank has fallen, but we're gonna be having reinforcing Goliaths from the back. Soulkey clears the last tank. He will leave this area now. He will unsiege his tank. No, he will move a little bit forward. He's going to try to scan here. He's got to eat up the mine. He want to contain his enemy so that Flash is always constantly on the low ground, which isn't such a bad idea, because look at the situation on the economy. Soulkey want to take this base, and that is imperative for him to control this high ground, because it would give Flash direct access to these areas. Like I tell you, on this map, if you want to split the map a bit like 50-50, then the control of this 6 o'clock base is imperative, I think, for Soulkey's needs and wants in the future. But anyway, there's gonna be a Valkyrie also patrolling the area. We're gonna be having Flash with his 9 raids start to come out and destroying some SCV. They can start to one-shot the SCVs, but the Valkyrie should start to arrive. So Valkyrie not being used by Flash at all. He's not really realizing that he's got Valves or maybe he's forgotten where the Valks are. He did not really hotkey the individual units. But anyhow, a lot of insane battles happening everywhere between these players. At the last minute, things are going to stabilize a little bit here. Let's take a look inside of each of these players' base. We're going to be having from Flash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories, and as Soulkey's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories and double starport. As for Flash, he's got single starport only, but he's got double army, doing a lot of good upgrades for him. You can see this reflected in the upgrade situation. +2 weapons and +1 armor for Flash. As for Soulkey's got only +1 weapon, but Soulkey's got the better position. Now the question is, these maps out here, these areas have not been taken by either of these players, these north sides. So that's going to determine the outcome of the game. But for the timing, Soulkey needs to start mining from this base right away now. Flash can drop a lot, guys, so that is going to be also something a little bit tricky here. Soulkey need to build like 6,000 turrets right now. But for the timing, it is going to be Soulkey who's got the air control because he's got the fleet of Wraith. I trust it's somewhere on this map. Okay, now it's going to be going for Drop. This is interesting. Drop is a nice offensive way to keep the battles away from your bases instead in your enemy's, main bases, guys. So if you can try to drop here, then Soulkey will have Flash will have no time to go for the drop against the 6 o'clock position. This is possibly what Soulkey is going to try to do here. For the time being, both of these players are going to try to start to spiral out and take various locations. Flash goes up to his 5th base. Soulkey is still on his, 4 bases. He's going to try to come out. He sniped one of the Valkyrie. He sniped the other Valkyrie, but he needs to back out now. But he's able to shell from the high ground. He starts to attack these factories. This is snipe position, and Soulkey's playing like a chess master. He's like the Magnus Carlsen of Starcraft. He says, you know what? I know these high grounds are very important. It has 3 purposes. 1, stop the advancement of the troops in the front line. 2, start to shell these backdoor factories so that the enemy cannot build anything there. And 3, stop any kind of potential attack against my 4th base. Although granted, Flash can still drop via this area. So Flash is in a conundrum now. He's in a quandrum almost, because like quandary in a conundrum, right? He's got to try to go for the counterattack, bring the battles away from home, try to take some grounds on these north side so that to pull your Soulkey's units back. But let's see how successful he is. But for the timing, in terms of economy, Flash is doing much better. He's got his 5 bases fully saturated now. Soulkey's got only 4 bases. Soulkey's going to try to take a 5th one here, but there's going to be some major battles. But Flash will try to contain the enemy. He says, you know what, you cannot take this base. I have, wow, look at how many mines there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot of mines. Wait, did I count it correctly? No, it's exactly 10 mines. Beautiful mine positioning from Flash. Look at this. Even though he's created some random stuff, it is so symmetrical. That is the beauty of this flashy boy, Flash Zelle champion. More attacks happening here, and a lot of drops are going to patrol this area. And Soulkey's decided he wanted to drop in the area. I'm not so sure. The first raid takes a hit. He lands some tanks, SCV coming out. So this is great attack from Flash, but he's got to be careful because splash damage for the win. Everything gets put now. He does gain some ground. He needs to kind of retreat into the support of the tank line. He does that. He retreat. He will try to siege here, and maybe he will be able to destroy some of these, supply depots. And Flash cannot move forward because the moment he move forward, these tanks on the high ground would shout him like crazy. So yeah, these supply depots are gonna start to burn down. So very nice tactical attack from Soulkey. Look at this, guys. Perfect symmetry. There's going to be a drop though to try to drive some splash damage into the tank, and he does that with great success. He lands a vulture, he lands a Goliath, he lands another Goliath. It dies instantly. But Flash is in some serious trouble. He's got the economy though. He's taking up his 6th base, so he takes up 2/3 of the map. But Soulkey is going to try to push back Flash onto his own turf field. A lot of vulture dropping. Maybe he's going to be able to destroy the army. I'm not so sure. If he can take out the army, great. He's trying to land some attacks here, and he does control Flash's factory line. Wow, now start to reach Flash's main base, and this is going to be a problem because any units that start to come out from here start to get shelled. Now, very lucky though, at the last minute, there are no more tanks on this area. There's going to be just vultures, but Flash is the one who is later to siege. Soulkey's siege a lot better. He comes out, and there's going to be a nice confrontation between these two players. The army is going to be within reach of the shelling tanks here, but Flash reinforcing from the other side is going to be very quick because he will be shelled from the other side as well. Soulkey's microing very nicely here. Nice attack. The army cannot finish the upgrade. That's going to be slightly unfortunate. The Flash is a lot better upgrades anyways. +2 weapons and +1 armor. He comes to, he says, you know what? I want to take your 2 tanks now. It's going to be the final battle, but this dropship will land something. He's waiting. He's got nothing in the dropship. Those are just empty dropship. He will try to land one more tank shot. No, the last of the tanks are coming out, and Flash is trading really poorly, but he's almost he's very close to destroying his armory. The army is very close to completing the upgrades. The army will complete or not. The army will die. The army doesn't complete the upgrade. Flash is stuck with 2-1. What is this? These are just minefields. So anyways, Flash is going to be feeling the pressure here in terms of the supply. I guess Flash is still not doing so bad. 181 versus 164. He comes through with some vulture attack just to clear these forces, but at the last minute, Soulkey is gonna try to come out here. So very nice for Soulkey to push Flash back. Now Flash needs to start to build some supply depot, man. He will be running out of places to build supply depot. He does that right here, but he needs to start to solidify this top left side of the map. And Soulkey, I'm not so sure if he knows about the presence of that base. I mean, he's gotta know. He's gotta know that Flash is controlling 2/3 of the map. But for the timing, Soulkey is happy with the fact that he pushes Flash back like a chicken inside one of those chicken houses in 1984. Do we have chickens in that book? I think they were just pigs, but I think there might have been some chickens. But anyways, there's going to be an obstinate command center, and Soulkey need to start to think about the next strategy, which is to come out towards the top left, because even though he's gaining ground on Flash's main, that's the end of the attack here. There's nothing else to assault. He can try to take this position and maybe take this low ground, but Flash is going to start to control this entire left side, and Soulkey's got to think about it. He's going to drop this area. There's going to be what? There's going to be some tank he will scan. He will attack because there's going to be no way for Soulkey to reach it. He would try to come from the low ground, but these two tanks on the high ground will do a lot of damages. Flash is trading poorly. The Goliaths are trying to do what now? The Goliaths will need to attack with a tank. What are they doing exactly? They get one tank, two tanks, but only two tanks remaining, and Flash has saved his base. That was very clutch work. Soulkey needs to start to think about this area. There's going to be a lot of turrets getting created, but I think Soulkey can just try to drop this expansion and try to contain him from the high ground. It's going to be very difficult for Flash to do anything about that. For the timing, Flash is going to try to reinforce it. As I said, I'm going to start to come out here. Anyway, these positionings are going to be very hard to control. Flash is still mining gas. Keep that in mind. Soulkey needs to start to destroy this extractor if we wish to do some kind of damages. Again, Flash's refining activities here. For the timing, Flash says, you know what, I'm going to start to come out supply-wise dead even, but Flash is mining better. Soulkey is trading better, but Flash is mining better. So these two players are eye for eye, teeth for teeth, nail for nail, skin for skin here. A lot of skinship. Nice mine getting clear at the last minute, but for the time being, Soulkey is allowed to keep his fourth expansion. He's going to try to take the 12 o'clock base. If he does that and we count a number of bases, we can quickly see that Flash is mined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Soulkey is mined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the uncontested bases are here and here and here. No, Soulkey's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Soulkey's got 7 bases. So Flash, if he wants to be even up, he needs to take this base right here, and this base will be contested until the last minute of the game here. But yeah, for the timing, these guys are slightly stalemating, which is fine. Flash is gonna have to find other location to build stuff. He's building a lot of dropship. He's building 4 dropship at the same time. We don't often see that, right? Usually we see players just go for 1 or 2 Q units, but now Flash is gonna be going for a lot of stuff. He's moving forces all around the map. What is he building in his main base? He's building some supply depot. He's building a barracks, of course, right? Barracks are fun. And Soulkey, what is he doing exactly? There's gonna be some crazy drop. Flash is checking for the defense system of his enemy. He says, you know what, you have some defensive system here. There's gonna be just a bunker. Flash decided, I'm gonna drop at some point, but where's Soulkey's fleet? It's somewhere, I cannot see it. It's here, but Flash comes in first. He comes in, he will destroy all of the supply depot. He needs to land right now. Goliath needs to start to attack, and these are sieging unit, but looks like Soulkey is gonna land right over the tanks here. Not enough Goliath from Flash. This is crazy battles, and Flash is not able to attack. He loses, I think, most of his time. The Goliaths need to do the shots now. At the last minute, yeah, the last of the tank has fallen, so Soulkey saves his bay in a clinch of an eye, guys. That was so clutch work. What is this building exactly? That's gonna be the engineering bay. Anyways, yeah, he need to unload his forces and leave the area. Flash is not coming once again. Yeah, Soulkey, if he continues like this, he need to take this base. If you want to mine efficiently compared to Flash, he's gotta think about that. But anyways, that's gonna be some more drops coming through, and Soulkey's gotta have to reinforce. He's reinforcing now. He cannot build turrets because his engineering bay is not up. So Flash has got a slight moments of advantage here. So Soulkey need to build more supply depot. He need to he needs to increase his APM, and his APM 250. Of course, as a Terran player, of course he's not really comfortable in this skin, right? He usually like to play as a you know, as a Zerg player. But anyways, these drops are gonna try to find a place to attack. These vultures coming to just trying to do some damage here. But Flash has got a lot of options. I think he can try to assault, for example, this base. Why not? He sees it, but there's some Goliaths. He needs to be able to get past the Goliath. He wants to go there. He's going to try to go there now. Goliath's getting ready. He might destroy this position first. And where's Soulkey's fleet? He comes in right now. He goes to Goliath, able to snipe. One dropship, maybe two dropship. Flash is not. Flash leaves with the rest of the cargo. He loses two dropship though, but he will destroy this base as we need to run for their lives. And this base is temporarily destroyed. But what is going to be the counterattack? Looks like Soulkey wants to find his own version, but Goliath's going to catch these dropship right in the middle of transit. He loses the first dropship. He needs to land right now. He lands here, which isn't such a bad idea. He's got the high ground advantage. He will clear the tanks on the low ground, but Flash coming from both sides. Soulkey is completely cornered, but he's got a lot of Goliaths. Dropships are gonna try to return home now. So Flash had a nice blow. He is able to stop these bases. Excuse me, he's able to save these bases and destroy almost the entire fleet of forces. That was very nice work here from Soulkey. I think he's got to do something about these tanks in the middle. They're completely useless. Either move them forward and start to, you know, attack these positions, or do something else, because now Soulkey is gonna lose yet another base. Flash come to this base. It doesn't really have that much information, not much, you know, value to Soulkey because he's been mining for a while. But Flash keep his fleet of 5 dropship is still here. Nice scan from Soulkey. He will arrive early, I think. A nice scan also from Flash, and Soulkey will not land here. He will need to. He will come in. Goliath does some shot. But yeah, I mean, of course, Soulkey can just abandon this base now, because how many mineral patches remaining? Not many. Just leave that area now. But the thing is, losing this base is going to be a problem. Soulkey does not want to lose that base. Do we have any switch into something else? Do we have some switch into battle cruisers? No, not yet. Just pure dropship play from both of these players here. And of course, Flash is the better player. Overall, he's going to try to land here, and Soulkey might be losing his main base now. This drop is going to be gigantic, monumental. He comes in here. We possibly land in the middle. Yeah, he will land everything. He will try to, you know, force the enemy to lift his command center, which is nice. And Flash will be on the high ground. Goliath's going to start to come out. 4 Goliaths. Would it be enough? There's a tank as well to support. He would try to clear 1 tank. He clears. It looks like there's not enough of stuff inside these cargo. Maybe Flash has not yet unloaded everything. Yeah, he has not unloaded the full cargo. I don't know why. He doesn't do that. He maybe just want to contain his enemy, but Flash is going to be very careful of this drop here. There's going to be some dropship. A lot of dropships going to get destroyed, but he lands most of his cargo, I think. Now the question is, how can he reproduce his dropship after losing so much like that? But this is a nice attack. He still keeps 4 of his Goliaths. Now when you go for drops as Terran, you need to keep your Goliaths alive, because you don't want to die to the counter drop, you know, on top of your cargo. That's going to be disastrous. So for the time being, Flash is not able to attack these positions for Soulkey, because Soulkey still keeps 4 of his Goliaths. That's going to be very nice. Flash 195 supply, and Soulkey at 195. So the game is coming near to the end. But what happened here? I missed this action, guy. There was some battles, and Flash has taken out this base as well. So that is going to be a nice attack. Soulkey is 2,000 minerals in the bank, which is going to be very nice as well. But what is going to be the next move? These dropships are returning. Not really returning, just going to try to clear out this position. And let's hope that Flash remembers that there's some Goliaths here. I think he does. Anyways, there might be some more drops against his position. Soulkey comes in. He's got 1 tank, 2 tanks. He's got 2 tanks and 3 Goliaths. He will clear this SCV. He's sieging. He will get 1 of the tank destroyed. He will get the other tank destroyed. No, at the last minute, his tank has died. So this base from Soulkey is gone saved. And Flash, I think, will come in and clear out the rest of the forces here. But for the time being, this base is allowed to live for the time being. Flash, 3,000 minerals in the bank. Soulkey, 2,000 mineral banks. Flash comes through on the high ground. There's only 2 tanks and 1 vulture. If Flash takes this out, then Soulkey will be down to just 1 single mining base. And that's not going to be good, guys. Flash clears his area. Well, what happens here? Flash doesn't have much mining activities either, but at least he takes the fresh bases for himself, where Soulkey is left with very old bases and very few SCVs in general. That's not very good. These SCVs have to go to work somewhere. Yeah, they decided to go to work now. Anyways, these tanks are gonna try to shell back here. They will try to destroy some. Okay, that is gonna be an armory in an academy. Excuse me, at the backside. Yeah, Flash has cleared out so many bases, and even if Soulkey's got so much money, he doesn't defend as efficiently enough, and this is the problem. Soulkey has finally decided it's time to GG. The game has ended. Thanks a lot for watching Namcraft. If you enjoyed this game, feel free to buy me coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the video description. Thanks a lot, C Goblin and Mr. Donald McDonald Trump, for your support in the last 30 days. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.